So my pleasure to welcome Frank Garcia, and he's going to introduce us to the governor.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be very brief as the governor has arrived. It's my humble pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of the governor, the governor's staff, and the First Lady, Sylvia Hayes. Thanks again for coming out and recognizing each other's contributions over the life of Hispanics and its contributions to Oregon, particularly this last year, as you know, has been spoken unaddressed, is that we've had some amazing victories in regards to human rights and civil rights and helping Oregon really build human capital for this state. And it was because of your efforts together across the executive branch, across the legislative branch, community-based organizations. You're organizing, you're raising your hand saying we're here, really made a difference. You getting out the vote, registering and getting out the vote last fall was paramount, and really challenged the notion of who is an apathetic voter and who are the unlikely voters. Looking forward, let's continue to work on that success collaboratively, continue to register and get out the vote, and help with these victories that we have, because la vida es dura, life is hard, and es una lucha, it's a struggle. There may be some setbacks in the future if you pay attention to the news of what's going on with some of the victories we've had, so be prepared, continue to work and collaborate. Raise your hand, say you're here. We've intentionally asked each of one of you, because you offer such amazing expertise, to say I'm here and I'm part of the solution. Whether it's healthcare reform or education reform, all these amazing things that we're doing collaboratively, we need your perspective, we need your expertise. And who's been leading that charge and helping us amongst all of us is this amazing governor who stands right next to me. And it's, Governor, I just want to let you know that it's been very humbling to be part of this administration these last 3 years. You're so dedicated and committed, you and the First Lady, to growing our human capital here in Oregon. I've learned much, and I'm just so fascinated about the can-do attitude that we've put forward across Oregon to make Oregon a better place. And so please put your hands together and welcoming our wonderful governor of Oregon.
Thank you very, very much, Frank, for that kind introduction. On behalf of myself, First Lady, and if I may, the new chair of the Multnomah County Commission, who I just had the chance to meet this morning. Thank you for joining us today to recognize Hispanic Heritage Month here in the state of Oregon. As you probably know, my top 3 priorities for the state are rebuilding a strong and secure middle class, building a world-class system of public education, and making sure that everyone in the state has access to quality, affordable health care. And those priorities are built on the belief, on the foundation, that Oregon will be a better and more prosperous place if every Oregonian and every community has an equal opportunity to succeed. And essentially we're talking about how we fulfill, is that me? Sorry. Not me. We're talking about how we really, in a real sense, fulfill the American dream. And if you believe, as I do, that at the heart of the American dream is the promise of opportunity, the promise of upward mobility, the promise that hard work will actually be rewarded, and that you have the opportunity to leave your kids and the next generation better off than you were, then we need to focus our policies in this state on ensuring equal opportunity for each and every one of us. And as Frank said, I think over the last 3 years, that's exactly what we've been doing. And largely with your help and your commitment and your sweat equity and your leadership and your passion, we've made some really important strides. From laws that provide tuition equity to students that graduate from our high schools, to promoting public safety to ensure that everyone has access to a driver's license, everyone who calls this state their home. And we're still at it. We still have a long way to go, even now, even this week. Even that phone that just rang, and I was not quite sure who was on the end of it, is trying to bring the legislature back to session to actually pump more money into public education, which I believe in the 21st century is the vehicle through which that promise of opportunity is most directly fulfilled today. That's why tuition equity was so incredibly important and such a milestone. And you should be very, very proud that we were able to do that here in Oregon. So I'm just delighted to be here to sign this proclamation. I think it gives us the opportunity to recognize and to affirm the values and the enormous contributions of this vital community. So thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to continue to partner with you in the months and years ahead to continue to move that dial on equity and opportunity forward, certainly in the state of Oregon and hopefully in a larger nation. Thank you. This one will require some assistance. Anything under 20 points. So I will read the proclamation, then we'll go ahead and sign it. Whereas people who identify as Hispanic, Latino, Chicano, or indigenous from Mexico, South and Central America have contributed to Oregon's history and successes since the 1800s and now reside throughout the state's 36 counties. And whereas Oregon honors their rich and diverse cultural heritage and historical legacies, and whereas Oregon's Hispanic community now constitutes 12% of the state's population, with 452,000 serving as leaders at every level, including as policymakers, educators, students, healthcare professionals, in the judiciary, in the military, in public safety, the trades, and as business leaders and entrepreneurs, actively involved in their communities and in mentoring the next generation. And whereas this month we proudly join the nation in celebrating the rich culture and history of Hispanic heritage in Oregon, as we dedicate ourselves to working together to address the challenges that still face Hispanic Oregonians in equity and access to the prosperity of Oregon. Now therefore, I, Johnny Kitzhaber, Governor of the State of Oregon, hereby proclaim September 15th to October 15th, 2013 to be Hispanic Heritage Month in Oregon, and encourage all Oregonians to join in this observance.
Hey. So please come behind, come in, move out.
First wave.
Yes, well, there are many others to follow.
Fill in. After he signs one, move out, and he'll do another one.
Okay, I'll sign it.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, there's one.
All right.